Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to CDU IT Core Fair Research Competition Round 1. Sorry for the delay because we had few inconvenience with one of the presenters, but I think it'll be smooth from now on. So let's start by welcome to our country. Charles Darwin University acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which you are meeting and pays respect to elders both past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So before we go into the competition, let's go through the rules. These are the rules of the competition which everyone has to follow or you'll be directly disqualified. So please keep that in mind. The contestants will have 3 minutes to address the judge panel. And then while doing one, they only have one static presentation, just one slide which you'll be presenting through. And we have all your slides, which will be presenting that online on the screen. And then you just have to speak for 3 minutes. We'll have a timer here. Before just 30 seconds, they'll give you a heads up about the last 30 seconds. So keep that in mind. So have a look out for the ambassador here. We'll be giving you a heads up for the last 30 seconds. Yes? Yes. Next thing is there was no slide animations, transitions, or any type of movement is not allowed. And additional electronic media such as audio, video files, nothing is allowed. And we have gone through all of that and we've got the updated from you. And participants that exceed the 3-minute presentation, the time limit, will be disqualified. So please keep that in mind and have a look out for the timer. Okay, thank you. And presenters are only to be spoken. No, the one who is presenting from online, please keep in mind that don't give any recorded audios. You have to speak for yourself, so no recordings. And the judging criteria is 25% for the content, comprehension for 25%, and engagement for 25%, and the communication for 25%. Our first judge is Claire. She's the Director in Research of Innovation. Thank you, Claire, for taking the time and coming here on such a short notice. And our second judge is Peter Richard Raistin. If I'm saying it's correct, I'm so sorry for that. And he's the Service Level Manager at ITMS. And our third judge is Abdul Baswa, and he's the Research System Coordinator. And our fourth judge is Carla, who is a lecturer in STEM Pathways and Inspired NT Manager. And this is the sequence of presentation that we'll be going through. So please look out for your names. And first we'll be going with the online presenter, after which we'll be going with the first name to the end. So I'd request Eden to come online and unmute yourself and follow with the presentation. We'll be starting the timer the minute you start speaking.
Okay. Right. So should I start now? Yep.
Can you be a little louder?
Can you hear me properly? Okay.
Yes.
So I will start speaking now.
1 second.
All right. No worries. Right. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eden. I'm a master student majoring in data science.
1 second. Eden, not yet. Show your video.
Okay.
Yes.
No worries.
It's not coming up. 1 second.
Actually, the video is not coming in the presentation. You can see on the screen, but it's not coming in the. So that we will present the on project on the teams. So can you request them to present these on the okay? It must be done. Yep. Then is it possible? Can you please share slides on the teams and can you do?
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So I will share my slide, right? Okay. Yeah. I have it ready here. So I changed a little bit, but it's basically the same. So can you see my slide? The ambassadors.
1 sec.
1 second.
So should I say share or you guys can share?
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, we'll connect to Victor's one. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, with this, and ask Eden to show his screen.
Please share screen as well.
Okay. So can you see my screen? The ambassadors?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So can I start now?
Yep.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eden, a master student majoring in data science. Over the past 11 months, I have worked with my supervisor on clinical data. This led me to the opportunity to do my research topic with under a student placement between CDU and Menzies School of Medical Research on bronchiolitis, so which is a viral lung infection that primarily occurs on children. According to the previous work, in the Northern Territory, bronchiolitis is much more prevalent in First Nations infants, and their hospitalization rate is 427 per 1,000. So, what is bronchiolitis? It starts out with symptoms similar to a common cold, but then escalate quickly to coughing, wheezing, and sometimes difficulty breathing. Severe symptoms can lead to hospitalization, and some patients maybe should be hospitalized for less than a day. But the most extreme case can last for like 3 weeks, according to our collected data. So with our research, we work with more than 250 children patient data collected from NT hospitals, and all of them are indigenous. So 58 hours is the median of the data distribution for the length of stay in the hospital from our study population. Then we classify them that in this way. So if the child stays less than 58 hours, they are considered as a short stay. But if they stay over 58 hours, then this will be like a long stay in the hospital. And with over 100 feature columns, we run different selection techniques to reduce to only 15 features regarding to like a patient health data. And our technique to choose the feature, including chi-square, random forest eliminator, and expert validation. So the expert here is our second supervisor, a senior research fellow at Menzies. So we use only 15 features because we want to minimize the variance and the computational time for real-time deployment. And we built an automated prediction system to tell whether a patient will stay long or short term, and we will control that prediction with an accuracy rate over 85%. So our research is meaningful because it's a continued project from previous work, and this time we use machine learning to expand that project, and then the project can provide reliable advice for the medical practitioners by just looking at the early health condition of the patient. Therefore, we can offer more care. We, when we consider that there's a limited a number of medical practitioners in the NT, so the AI can help them to do their work better.
Perfect.
That,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Eden, for keeping it to exact 3 minutes. Now that we are done with Eden's, we'll go to the first presentation by Rosie Nguyen. Rosie, would you like to come onto the stage to present?
Feedback for the judge. Feedback, judge. Judge's feedback.
Before Rosie goes for her presentation. Would the judges like to give any feedback to the presenter? So there's no questions, Eden. Thank you for the presentation. We'll go with the next presentation. Is it?
Just flip the presentation.
Oh, so.
Yes. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rosie Nguyen. I'm currently a graduate student in a Master of IT and Data Science. So today I would like to share with you briefly about my research about using IT to increase overall efficiency and effective need of local agriculture grower, a case study of tour garden farm in NT. You might ask me a question, why I doing this research? So because the mango industry contribute over 128 billion dollar to the economy, and in Northern Territory, the mango product is the largest commodity in the economy. So, but however, almost the mango farm in Darwin and in Northern Territory are located in the rural area, which not have any support from the information system. That's the reason why I would like to research more about how to improve the mango production in the mango farm, especially in Northern Territory. When we do the research, the problem come up is that most of the mango farm, small and medium farm in NT are using paper-based system with no any standardized system, no centralized data. So that's the reason why the manager most of the time they make the decision based on the experience without any centralized data. And I would like to design the fit on purpose system that can provide for small and medium mango farm and affordable for them. So during the research, I use the qualitative method, which I have one-on-one interview with the farmer. I do have the focus group interview with the farm manager and also the staff in the farm. After that, we use some tools such as business process map, data flow, and entity relationship diagram. And also we record all the documentation by record the business requirement from the farm manager of the farm. And what is the result of the research? So after doing the research, we provide the optimal and standardized mango production process to the farm, which they can use that as the guideline to the mango process. And also we design the future system which fulfill the business requirement. And the impact of my research would be we provide the fruit traceability, so they're able to trace back all the stage of the mango production process from beginning until finish. They also have the centralized data available for making any decision, and also it have saving costs and increase the productivity. Yeah, that's my research about. Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Rosie. Do we have any feedback for Rosie, judges?
All the activity in the mango production, they record in the paper or they record in the notebook. And as you know, in the farm, the weather can be changed. Like it's raining, the notebook can be lost, or like they might like record, but as they're writing, they couldn't read it clearly. So that's the reason why we first of all we standardize the process first. We want to like visualize in the chart for all the member can see the flow of the mango production process first. And the second one is the system that they can record all the data in the device, which can help them to synchronize later on when they go back to the office. Because the challenging for the mango farm here, because they're in the rural area, they don't have the networking like Wi-Fi in the field. So we try to design the system that can have them record the data in the field. But when they back to the office, when they have the internet, they're able to synchronize those data in the system. And also the most impact is that now as the mango farm, if they want to sell to the supermarket or if they want to export, they need to have the audit, which is really hard for them because for the audit, they require really specific certificate that the farm needs to provide, which have all the information related to about the chemistry that you use, about the what kind of what kind of the soil that you use in order to make the quality of the mango. All those things they are doing it, but they know where it's for them to record the data all in the paper, and it's really challenging during the audit process that they need to refer back all the paper and then record it in the Excel, which take a lot of time, and they have to pay a lot of money for the audit in order to stay longer to verify all the documents. So because for the small and medium farm, they don't have that much budget. So the first thing we think about is that we want to build any system that really simple to use, and the farmer there not have really good at technology. We cannot give them really big system, but at least the basic one that they can record the data, and it can help them to provide the quality data to the audit, and also help them to make the wise decision in terms of the sales angle or in terms of the planning. In that it can have the huge impact for the small and medium mango farming entities.
Thank you so much, Rosie. Thank you, judges. Let's go to the next presenter. The next presenter is Matthews. Matthews, would you mind coming to the stage?
Hello. At this job, in this presentation, I will be discussing the role of artificial intelligence in diagnosing gastrointestinal cancer. GI cancer is a cancer that develops in the digestive tract. So it starts the esophagus, the tube that takes food from the mouth to the stomach and ends in the anus. The main cause of this cancer are cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, and unhealthy diets. Around 1.1 new cases of gastrointestinal are diagnosed each year worldwide. However, the overall mortality rate for this type of cancer is 63%. And there is a strong evidence that 0.7 million of individuals lose their lives each year. So let's have a look at the GI cancer statistics. There are 2,572 gastrointestinal cancer diagnosed, and nearly 1,146 people lost their lives in Australia each year. The recent studies shows that there is an increase of 7% in the number of Australians diagnosed with GI cancer when compared with the year 2020. So when it comes to the early intervention, the survival rate is 70% if the cancer is detected at the early stages. But if the cancer is spread to the nearby tissues or organs, the survival rate is only 32%. The above data shows that the early data shows stomach cancer can lead to higher survival rate. Endoscopy is widely regarded as the gold standard for detecting gastrointestinal cancer. But the first question arises is, do we have enough doctors? The statistics shows that there is 3 doctors for 100,000 people in Australia. But when it comes to NG, there is less than 1 doctor for 100,000 people. So it shows that there is a huge shortage of skilled endoscopists in Australia. So once the GI cancer is detected, the endoscopy has to analyze each and every endoscopic image and classify them accordingly. So it is a time-consuming process. So being a student of data science and coming from an AI background, I came up with the idea of using artificial intelligence to diagnose gastrointestinal cancer. So I have created a model to classify the image efficiently and faster. First, I enhance the contrast of the image. Then I eliminate the unnecessary labels to create the image better and clearer. Then I trained the neural network with different pre-trained models. I discovered that when combining two pre-trained models, VG16 and DenseNet 169, I got an accuracy of 90%. My future goal for this project is to increase the number of images used for training and improve the accuracy of model. Definitely, I believe that it will operate as a tool to assist medical professionals in diagnosing GI cancer accurately and saving lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Judges, any questions?
Mathis, job. Mathis.
The data sets, how many data sets you have used? The number.
Actually, I have taken around 8,000 images and I have 8 classes of different data set. Like I have 8 classes of image data set and image categories, and I have taken 1,000 for each categories. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Matthews. Let's go with the next presenter. I'd like to invite Anish onto the stage. Anish? All right, we'll go with the next one. Arjunan?
Hello everyone, my name is Arun and I would like to ask you all a question before I start my presentation. Can you all remember when was the last time you had a conflict with your workmates or friend or colleague? It could be any time, right? But that incident happened only once physically, but that incident kept on playing on your mind even after the event was over. Even after 1 month back, when you're meeting the person, the same negative thoughts and same negative influences keeps on playing in your brain. The main cause and reason of this unconscious thoughts and behavior is the unconscious nature of our brains. Our brain have a unconscious thought pattern. Our thought process happen in an unconscious way than we analyze. So when I started doing this research, I first started understanding how the human brain works. The human brain doesn't always stay in the present moment. It always happens in the past or predictable future. So to understand and be conscious in the moment, there are so many other tools that could be helpful to be in the moment. So by analyzing various tools and psychological practices, I came to know mindfulness is one of the most effective tools based on many past researches and medical facts. So I was thinking how to integrate mindfulness in a ordinary person's life, like a person who goes to work 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, still, but who faces so many stress in many forms throughout the day, and they still need some form of psychological help, even though many human beings need psychological help, even though they don't realize. So the solution for the whole problem is easy access to tools like mindfulness. So as an output of this research, we build a web application for students. I want to start off with something for students and then go off for the whole general public. So how the application works is first starts off with a survey to understand what kind of mental state you are currently in. So according to the survey, it gives an overall aspect of what mental state you are in, and finally, according to your mental state, it will help you practice from the very beginning to a very intermediate level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arun. Judges, any questions?
Thanks very much. That was great. How do you plan to communicate about the tool to the students? So you've developed the tool.
So my idea was to first have a survey with the students, like as part of my research. I did a survey with the students, like was studying with me and other bachelors and everything. And then I realized that they are going through some sort of stress in some way. Even with the COVID, they're going through so much financial stress, employment, unemployed, and students are not like financially independent. Like they have to have studies and they have to pay their own bills, tuition fees, and everything. So when I had an introduction with all these students for the research, and I came to know that they are in need of something that help them in the future. Like if they are having stress, if they could have some access to this, it will be the best thing that for them. So the starting point itself is important, is to make them understand that they are having some issue that they don't realize it. If they know that they have this issue, that's the starting point of selling this to them. Like many people have this, but they don't know they have it.
Yeah, so sort of encouraging self-awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Lovely.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you so much, Arun, and thank you, judges. Let's go to the next participant. Next, I'd like to request Bowen Chang to come onto the stage to present this presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bowen. So today I will introduce my project, which is cooperated by the CDU and the mentors. Oh, sorry. So today I will introduce my project, which is related to which cooperated by the CDU and the mentors. My topic is about the ear infection. So it's about early engagement to solve the ear infection from the age 7 months to 3 years. The ear infection, especially mid-ear infection, is a very common problem around the Aboriginal children. There are 3 main categories, which are AOM, MOE, and CSOM. So the children with those conditions can have very serious problems. They may affect their language, they may affect their communication skills, they may impact their future educations. And according to the research, 19% of the Aboriginal children have the ear infection issues. Majority of them is AOM and MOE. And with the years past, there's still many children are still staying in hospital because of those ear infections. According to the mentors, we have hundreds of children are waiting doing the ear surgery every year in NT, but only 10 of them can be done per year in NT. So we need to find an early engagement solution to solve this problem. But to diagnose this ear infection is very hard. You cannot see the disease from outside. You need to use the inside videos to analyze those. But to train people to successfully analyze those videos may take times and resources. And there are hundreds of videos in the database. And each videos will last for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's really hard for humans to sit there and analyze all the videos. So as a data science student, we would like to build an artificial intelligence system to solve this problem. So currently, we get data from mentors. It's a real world medical data with 283 videos. And with these videos, we analyze, we find there a lot of dark, black frame which don't have any necessary information. We just remove them, space select, selection and the brightness selection. And with the rest of the frame, we build our first data set. The data set will give each frame a tag. Is a key frame, is not a key frame. And we put this data set to the machine learning system. The machine learning model will return 91% accuracy, which means this model can successfully pick up the correct red frame outside the videos. And with the keyframes, we found out we can build a second database. The second database is categorized by different ear disease, which is AOM, MOE, those kind of disease. And we train the second machine learning model with the second data set. And it will return the 88% accuracy. And with this accuracy, we are confident to say that this model can successfully separate those kind of air infections. So with the two models, we would like to build an artificial intelligent system, which will give the system the 10 minutes videos, and the system will return the keyframe and the results in seconds. That's a really big step for the doctors and pediatricians and give a better future for our children. Thank you. Any questions, please? Sorry?
It's very interesting research. I'm just curious on that figure.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah, the one I can't read.
This one means the children stay in hospital because the air infection by each year. So it's some the different lies with different age groups. So from different age group is still going up.
Thank you.
Ask questions, please.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhuvan. Let's go to the next participant. I'd like to now request Yenzu Wang. Would you mind coming on the stage to present your presentation?
Hi everyone, my name is Yunzhu Wang. I'm studying software engineering. My thesis is focused on data sovereignty and explore how indigenous peoples can share, collect, and preserve their knowledge in a suitable online environment with respect for indigenous protocols. You might ask, what's indigenous protocols? For example, a person must be of the correct gender, totem, language, and community, and so on, to be able to ask another person for a specific story from their knowledge area. Different indigenous community usually have different Aboriginal protocols. However, for those existing indigenous knowledge sharing programs, knowledge objects are open to all users before they are assigned a protocol, and the admin has access to all the data then deposited in the back repository. This can lead to high risks that indigenous knowledge being misused by people who are not allowed to. So we use the design-based implementation research, which stressing the connection between research and practice, except the research development. We also develop an example case as a potential solution. There are 5 main features. The first important one is users can set the visibility status of their articles. If they set private, other people can only see a brief introduction and an image and the author's contact. If they want to know more information, they have to contact the author, ask for permission. And another feature is if the article posted in the post or re-edit, published or re-edit, other even the admin cannot access easily. So if they publish article, there is no need admin approval. And here I won't elaborate the another 3 features. You can just scan the QR code and play with the living archive by yourself. And so this living archive template provide a new option where the indigenous and non-indigenous peoples can manage their own materials with respect on data sovereignty. To conclude, this research can be used to support indigenous knowledge sharing and indigenous protocols process in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions from the judges? All good. Thank you so much. Let's go to our next presenter. Now I'd like to call upon Jinbla Bao Hang onto the stage. That was Aiden from the first one, so we'll go to the next person. Nazmul Chowdhury. Mohammed.
Hey everyone, my name is Navul Chaudhary. I'm doing my master's in software engineering. There's an echo. So,
Yeah, I'll start it again. 1 second.
oh,
Mic testing. There's an echo.
is for the phone or-
Should be okay now.
Mic testing. Yep, sounds good. Oh, still is an echo.
I think it's the mic.
Testing.
Thank you so much.
Is it good?
It's not. I thought it was that. Thank you.
It's not very first time. It's not your question.
It's not someone. Hello, mic testing. Yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is Navin Chaudhary and I'm last semester of my software engineering, master's in software engineering program. Thank you. As you all know, the world population is increasing rapidly and the number of vehicles in the road is increasing at the same time. And as a result, the number of traffic is increasing rapidly and it was more traffic than is never before. In research shows that there is 54% people in this current world live in a city area or an urban area, and the number is increasing daily. And in Australia, there is 32% ambulance call is delayed. And in this year till today, there is 33 people died for the delayed ambulance service in Australia. And how many here people didn't saw that ambulance stuck in the traffic lights? I'm here to solve this problem. My research, I'm working last 1 year to solve this problem. And even in Ireland, there are 700 people die every year, and in USA, there is more than 3,000 people die in the same reason. To solving this problem, I use the main objective of my research is to develop an automated traffic system that will use the GPS data and detect a pinpoint location accuracy and feed that data to the backend server that will interact with the IoT devices, which is the traffic lights. For that we're going to save lives. I made an iOS prototype application, as you can see the screenshots, and that's called Save Life NT, and that is that we're going to use by emergency vehicle drivers. The app has a unique features called emergency mode. When you turn on the emergency mode, that app will automatically interact with the backend server, and the app will automatically interact. The app will automatically feed the data to the backend, and that data will gonna process and feed to the IoT devices. And that app has another features. It will show the fastest route and the expected time to reach and the next available traffic junctions. And the app will will send the HTTP request to the backend, and before 500 meter to reach the traffic junction will go green and wait green until the emergency vehicle cross through. And this is a totally automated process, and this all the information will visible in the application for the user. It's all the real-time live information will all gonna pop up in the user interface. Our motto of this research is to save life. NT has the power for save millions of lives. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Any questions?
Thank you, Desmond. Any questions from just here?
Interesting. So, yeah, okay. Just interested to know, is there any similar app at the moment or anything that does anything like this? So this will build on, or is it a completely unique?
I did some research before interact with it. We have a similar, it's not an app, but it's a similar devices like RFID, RFID and image processing system. But that needs someone to stay in the control zone to get the data and do it manually. But this system will gonna interact automatically, or no human touch is needed. It's gonna interact automatically, and it will go green before emergency will hit the traffic lights.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The data you have shown, number of lives and everything. So is this particular thing is only been designed keeping in mind the Darwin traffic? And do you have the data for the Darwin as well? Or like the NT?
I don't have the data for the Darwin traffic because it's a confidential data. So I made this application with the dummy data set. I created my data set to show, as you can say, the screenshot, this data set, this latitude and longitude. I created this data set by my own to show the visual processing system in an application. If I get a real data set from the driving traffic, it's a confidential data. If I get the data set, I can implement data into this application.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'd like to go with the next one. The next one will be from Anand. Anand, would you mind continuing?
The COVID pandemic has had a big impact on construction industry in Australia. Did you know last year, the construction industry has faced the biggest shortage in skilled workforce in the NT. This is why the government is encouraging actively the Indigenous participation in construction projects. Now, to work in construction, you need to complete a safety training called the White Card training. It's a once-off training and it doesn't require any refresher course. I completed my own White Card training 2 years back when I first came to Darwin. And now if I have to work in construction again, how confident will I feel to operate a jackhammer or let's say a chainsaw? I certainly wouldn't be comfortable. And this is why refresher courses are so important. Now the question is, how can we provide these safety refresher courses in the Indigenous communities? To answer that question, naturally as an IT student, I created an app, but not just any app. This app is an easy to use app that provides safety training that is specifically designed for Indigenous communities. This app is called Safety First NT, and it was developed using a collaborative and iterative methodology. In the first phase, the app features and teaching topics were identified, and then according to that, augmented reality features were implemented to provide a game-based learning experience. Now picture this, you're sitting in your living room, you open the app on your phone, and you see a construction site right in front of you in your living space. And then with a touch of a button, you can see an animated construction worker demonstrating how to identify and prevent safety risks and hazards. The teaching topics in this app is totally oral and visual based, and it doesn't require users to read or write. This is especially useful for those with low literacy and numeracy skills. In the next phase, the app will be interpreted in native indigenous languages, and regular user testing will be performed for ongoing improvements. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first study that explores the use of augmented reality in construction safety training, and I hope this helps keeping construction workers safe, not only in the NT, but in other parts of Australia as well. Thank you.
Any questions from the judges? Thank you so much, Alan. Let's go to the next presenter. Now I'd like to call Zubu. Present the next present.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zibo Liu. Today, I'm going to give you a short presentation about my thesis topic, the risks of blockchain technology in crypto with proof of work consensus. The first of all, what is blockchain technology? The blockchain is a kind of distributed database combined by a lot of small database. We name it blocks in a long chain. And in this technology, there are some big vulnerabilities already existing. The first one is the double spending attack. The double spending attack is a kind of attack that attackers use computing powers to build up a sidechain away from the main chain. And if the sidechain is longer than the main chain, the attackers can choose to publish the main chain. And from the mechanism of the blockchain, if the sidechain is longer than the main chain, the sidechain will replace the blockchain because there will be only one valid blockchain. And all of the data contains inside of the blockchains, inside of the old blockchains, will be rolled back and the transactions will be cancelled. From the research I've did so far, I found out that if the computing power of the attackers increasing linearly and the successful rate of the double spending attack will increase exponentially. When the computing power of the attackers is over 51%, the successful chance of the double spending attack will be 100%. So the attack was successful just a matter of time. And I also did some research in holding Bitcoin, which is one of the crypto that has the largest scale. I used the capital asset pricing model and used Standard Poor's 500 index as the benchmark. I have to introduce you two factors. The first one is the beta factor, another one is the Sharpe ratio. The beta factor represents the relevance of the market return and the Bitcoin return, and the Sharpe ratios measures how much excessive profit you can earn once you're bearing one extra unit of risk of the market. And from the data I've got, I found out that in a given time, which is on the 1st of March 2021 to the same date in the next year, the volatility of Bitcoin is 1.53 times than the market portfolio. And you have to get the same rate of return, you have to bearing 3 times of the risks if you're holding market portfolio. That is all for my presentation. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? All good? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, judges. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Jagruti onto the stage to present the next presentation.
Hi everyone, my name is Jagrati Nagmalla. My research is on investigation of users' behavior in online social networks. As we all know, social media networks is a very vast topic. I have narrowed down my area of research to the kids' behavior in the online social networks. And I have found that there is a drastic downfall in their academic performance due to the excessive usage of social media networks. The recent study reveals that the kids are spending average 8 to 9 hours in a day, which is decreasing their academic performance. And they have bad effects on their behavior also. So in today's life, it's very hard to handle kids and toddlers. So the only option we have them keeping silent or to overcome their keeping crying is we give their mobile or the iPad to keep them silent. But there are many researchers who have put their research forward saying that there is a drastic effect on their academic performance. So I would like to overcome this issue. So in today's market, we can see there are many parental control applications which are trying to solve their issue. But all of the major applications, they are trying to monitor, control, and restrict them to use the social media. So for instance, if the parent wants to log their iPad by using this parental control application, so after some time, the kids again starts crying to saying that they want to use their mobile phone. So this is not addressing the issue, like this is not helping them to make academically stronger. So as a student from the software engineering, I came with this ProKids application solution. So the ProKids application solution, it will give the academic activity or the academic type of questions after some predefined time which is set by the parent. So before giving an iPad or the application to the kid, the parent will set up the profile and give the specified timer, after which they want the kid to learn some academic activity. So this application is very user friendly and flexible. So the parent can give the type of questions or the academic activity in which the parent wants the kid to involve in them. So with the help of this application, we can indirectly reduce the amount of time they are spending on their social networks. So we are making them involve in between to learn some academic activities. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Any questions for me?
So first, what's the age group?
So the age group is schooling kids and the toddlers.
Do you have like a number from like 3 years old or 5 years old or 6 years old to this years?
So I'm targeting this one like until 10 years. So the age group like which we can say they are not in a state, we can't say them to don't stop watching or doing something. So this application is like before giving the mobile or iPad, we will set up this application and they can't navigate further. They have the only option is either involve them in solving the activity to watch further, or they have to leave the watching.
So you don't have a minimum like from when we can start giving it to this app?
Minimum is like 3 years.
Okay. And you said that the activities will be to refrain them for the social networking.
Yes.
So how you will be driving those activities, and from where you're getting that data that these activities will actually help them to stop using the social?
So actually I have started designing the application. I have started with the basic level first. I have gone from the minimum age of maybe 3 years. So if you consider a 3 years kid, so mainly at that age they will try to learn numbers or fruits or something like that. So this is type of interactive way of learning. So for this age of kids, I have given like identify the apple fruit, like that. So
you're getting that data that for this age, these kind of activities good, for this age, this kind of activities will be good.
I'm giving this option to the parents, like they can.
That's fine, but my question is like, how do you know for this age I need to have these kind of activities in the app? That data, or that information, where you getting that information?
No, I haven't. I haven't got any such of data, but I have done mainly focusing like how can we reduce the social activity by involving them in the academic activities.
Thank you so much, judges. Thank you, judges. Now, I'd request all the judges to list down top 5 people whom you want to go to the next round. So you might want to select. To give more information on this. Monica.
It is so interesting to see all the interesting presentations for the research today here. Except the time constraint, I was like wanted to listen more and more. And now I would like to thank the judges, judging panel for the research competition. On behalf of IT Code Fair, I would like to thank Claire. Claire, we are very thankful to you. In a very short notice, you have helped us in this research competition. Give a round of applause to Claire. And I would also like to thank other judges, Abdul, Peter, and Carla for being with us. And
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you and welcome back. And really thank you, our judges. They were working really hard to find out who were the most, I would not say most, I would general feedback is they were really impressed with the overall of the work. You guys did very good work. So give yourself a big hand. Okay. Now the problem is, I think that this is something a lot of IT students is having problem with. It's about presentation. How many people, when I went outside, a lot of students was like, okay, in coding competitions, are we going to present on the stage, or are we going to present at the small table? And I said, small table, and I said, yeah. And then I feel like a lot of people really don't have that experience. And I think that this is really great that we have opportunity, and really thank you for the judges for giving them this opportunity for standing up, presenting their work, and also show them their passion, something about IT that, I mean, I would say that something that you guys presented even blow my mind as an IT lecturer. So, I mean, it's really great. And the second feedback is to relax. Was it Arulan mindfulness app? Do that one before you come in on that day, on Thursday, before the final stage. I use Calm, like the mindfulness app, and I think it's really good. Yes, and not just for every day, not just for the competitions, you can use it for every day. This is really good. Yeah, so relax. Take a deep breath. Don't feel nervous. I know it's hard. Maybe what you could do is to practice beforehand. I saw a few students were like sort of reading on their own scripts, and some of you may be like turning back and look at your slides. So I'm very sure that you know very well what is on the slide, right? So rather, maybe I think it's the reaction. You just wanted to rely on something like, oh, help, please, like, yeah, from the slides, isn't it? So please relax. You've got this, okay? Be confident. All right. Now, the third feedback is about the slides were really too crowded. I would say that you guys got that poster, research poster presentation or something, which that should not be the case. Remember that in the posters, maybe the audience doesn't get the chance to talk to the person, but here you are here to talk and communicate your research. to the general public. So rather crowded your slides, make a few important points. Something I would say like we have the word that like pictures says 1,000,000,000 words. So I mean, if you talk about, let's say, Nazbo, we would talk about like safety app for vehicle emergencies. Well, think about image or something. You don't always have to have crowded text. I think to be the image of like critical emergency paramedic. I think something like that would give that powerful message to the people in terms of, I would say that it's more of emotional influence, which I think it would really pass to the audience. And I would, this is just my own, I'm not from the judges, but I think that the first thing before you go on to your presentations, maybe you might wanted to ask a question to the audience, something that would relate them to you and what you're working on. Because once you get the audience agreement, then it's easy to really convince them. So always, I think in every discipline, we always use this marketing method of AIDA. What would be like AIDA? Can you guess what's A? In presentation, we want to attract. Yes, attract. Yes. And then you generate I. What's an I? Idea? No, not idea. You want them to be interested. Yes. So attract them, make them interested, and then D. Make them desire. Like make your app, making it desirable. Okay. Then A. Action. Yes, that's right. So I think that works in every discipline, really, like AIDA method. Yeah, attract, interest, desire, and action. Now, unfortunately, we would love to have everybody to go on to the next round, but unfortunately, we have limited time, so we can only pick 5. So the following 5 names that I'm going to read here are not ranking. Okay, they are all equivalent. So they are all going to go to the next round. And then as I am calling the names, maybe I can have them on the stage. Okay, I have Anand Kujo. Yes, right, please. Eden is not here with us. Yeah, so but still, let's give him, maybe he's online. Eden Huang. I've got Bowen Shan. I've got Rosie Wynn. And I have Matthew's Job. Okay, for the rest of you, it doesn't mean that you did bad. From my own opinion, I feel that you have to work more on presentation, not about technical, anything. You're already good with technical. Yes. And I would really like everyone to give these guys one more round of applause and good luck. Now, with 5 of you, what you have to do is not just stop here. You have to work on the feedback that the judges just have given to you. Make your slide less crowded, and then also try to relax during your presentations in the real day, because you will be in the bigger audience. I think we have like usually 150 people also, Sammy? 200. Yes. So, yes, learn to maybe be in the public and then start, like get someone like, stop, can you listen to me for 3 minutes? And then you talk to them. Yes, okay, right. And then I would like to thank very much Claire, Peter, Kala, Abdul. Thank you very much for joining us today. It was really great. And also we've got lecturers joining us today as well. We've got Sammy and Jamal. Yes. So that would conclude what happened today. So tomorrow we have data science challenge in the morning. We first starting out with 8 team. We ended up, it was quite hard. We were doing the family and domestic violence analysis of the complexity of the law. So we ended up got 5 submission and then 2 pull out this morning. So we end up have 3 team tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, we've got cybersecurity challenge. And I think a few of us here are joining that as well. Yeah, I can see Jagrudi is joining cybersecurity challenge. Have you? And yes, okay. Right. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. And then we also would like to thank a few of our ambassadors that working hard today. So we've got, some of them are not here at the moment. We've got Sonal, Sujan, Victor, Pong, Shanti, Shokat, Kenny. Kenny's working. Oh no. Ash. Where's Ash? Okay. Yeah. Monica, Rosie, and Sakib, and then Tracy. Thank you very much.